I suffer from sleep deprivation, and I'm used to it now.
Right.
Because I want to be wealthy. I'm still not wealthy.
Right.
And I want my kids to be wealthy.
Yes.
Because there's not a car that I wanted to drive I haven't driven. I've seen $1 million cash when I was running these streets.
Right.
So that means nothing to me.
Right.
I want to see residual income. I invested
Yes.
5 years ago in medicinal marijuana in the Dominican Republic. I invested $50,000.
Right.
Now I'm looking at $1.2 million in residual.
Right. Right.
Just sit there, just $50,000, just give them, put it over.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I was invited, so I have my certificate, and I can just go cash out whenever I want.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But see, what you're talking about, some of the things that we don't talk out around our table with our children, so they don't understand finance and what that literacy means if you're talking around the table to invest in stocks.
Correct.
You know, to have, like you said, residual income. You know what? I didn't know the definition of residual until about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I said, what is residual? And then once I started, I said, that's what the musicians have, the artists. I mean, they get residual
income
Yeah.
is so important that you never have to really touch your money.
Right.
And knowing how to use other people's money. Like when I buy properties now, I need a POF, I need a proof of funds. I can call any one of my accountants and say, hey Tom, I need a proof of funds. For how much? 5 million, 10, okay.
Right.
He shows the bank letterhead, he shows 10 million.
Right. Right.
The developer approves it, the town, 10 million, we approve it.
Right.
So I don't use my money anymore.
Right. You use other people.
Other people's money.
Right.
And I give them ROI, return on interest.
Right. Right.
I can make you a partner, I can just pay you off your interest and keep it moving.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it's business.
Exactly. And the unfortunate thing is that we don't teach that in our schools.
Well, we can have class.
Yes.
We can have class because when I go to the schools, police officers, firefighters, all walks of life walk in, and when they see Popeyes, the kids, they get my attention.
Yes, of course.
So
Yes.
the state trooper was like, man, I have the gun, they hear Popeyes, everybody jumps up, but at the end of the day, like I tell the kids, college is not for everyone. Don't get offended.
That's right. College
Because
is not.
how a society is designed, you go to college, it's 4 years, come out, you're going to have a student loan with bad credit.
That's right.
You're coming out with failure.
That's right.
Then you're looking for a job in the field that you went to study in, and you're going to be stereotyped and nitpick, oh, we're not hiring you, overqualified. So now you're walking around with a degree with a student loan
Right.
and bad credit.
Right, exactly.
So
It's by design.
Correct. So it's
Yeah.
designed that way.
Exactly.
We have other countries like doctors and lawyers, they go to University of the West Indies, get their doctorate, come back to the U.S. No student loan. Very few know about that.
Right.
People
right.
come from India, Africa already with their degree. They just take an entry-level exam here. Well, when you go to the hospital, you see a lot of African doctors,
Yes.
Indian doctors. Where's our people?
Right.
And you might see the very few wealthy ones who their credit was handed down from their parents
Right.
going to medical school.
Right.
So that's how it's designed. We're designed, we're built to fail, but we're born to win.
Built to fail.
Well, we're
Born
born
to
to win.
win.
We were born kings.
Okay, that's a
But the system built us to fail.
Right. Yes. I love that.
The system built us to fail.
Okay. So you remind me of when I talked to the brothers when I was working on the inside.
Yeah.
And I would speak to them about, changing their lifestyles or whatever. And they would talk about the type of money they saw, similar to what you just said earlier. It wasn't on that level, but it was like a lot of money to them. And they felt that if they kept on doing what they were doing once they leave, that they were going to have that kind of money. Not understanding that the way the system is set up for you to fail, to go and do that, because they know eventually I'm going to catch you. And when I catch you, you're going to be right back where you started.
Correct. Like my case was based on conspiracy. I wasn't caught with anything. And how it's designed is they build more prison and they build more schools. Why?
Yes.
Prison and schools run hand in hand.
Yes.
The lotto that we're addicted to goes into the prison system and the school. So the money is a 360.
Right.
So what happens is you're hustling and you're thinking you're making money. In my case, I had 3 attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
I spent up to $75,000 and I still had to go do the minimum mandatory, which was 36 months. It's a point system.
Right.
And the judge has the option to give you the minimum or the maximum, no bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
The judge can say bracelet, but looking on your case and looking at the points, the judge can decide whether not walk. There's a point system that the judge has. So when you see guys are committing these crimes and they walk in the street, they're smoking hot. They're working for him with an invisible badge.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they're going to catch you.
Yes.
And the money that you think you're making, or you're in the club buying bottles and all that stuff, when you get caught, you can't even afford an attorney.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's sad.
It is. And my book that I wrote, it's a correlation between education and incarceration.
Wow. They run neck and neck and hand in hand.
Exactly. Because their systems.
The bell rings, it tells you when to go to break.
Right.
Behind the wall, the bell rings, it's 1 hour movement or
Right.
count time.
Right. Right.
It's the same
exactly.
thing. It's always a pleasure. My phone is like going off a mile a minute, but whenever you call, I have to show up.
Thank you.
You've been a major part of my life and where I am today, and I want to say thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And this interview was so relaxing. I don't feel uncomfortable, and I appreciated coming here.
Oh no. Well, you have a powerful story to tell, and you told it today, and I'm sure the audience is going to appreciate it. And with your being in Africa, I mean, my audience in Africa, hopefully they will get a chance to see this interview as well.
I would hope so.
Yes. But I'm happy with all of your success, and it just makes me feel good. And I thank you for your support that you have given me over the years.
Absolutely, Ms.
And,
Baird. That will never stop.
Thank you very
That will
much.
never stop.
Thank
I
you.
also have a Cajun turkey for you too.
Okay.
It's not a traditional turkey. It's a turkey that Popeyes does every year.
Uh-huh.
And it's already cooked. All you have to do is just thaw it, heat it, and serve it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. My name is Marion Bay, and I'm the host of Television. And I appreciate my guest today, Mr. Chris Peavy. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes.
Peavy, who has told a story, powerful story, and I hope you will enjoy his story. And I appreciate your joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.